spirit-built physical body. And then that moving and mutual action of the soul, spirit, and physical body. How is that being performed? So we have to always be present with the thought of eternal development. So if you think about your eternal development, the eternal development of your physical body, then you are going to pay attention to the information that comes in your physical body through that food that you eat and through the drink that you drink. So this is somehow bringing your awareness. The number sequences that are given specifically for food, they are somehow directing and integrating that eternal development with the information that is in the food products. So there is a very large number of interactions that is actually happening through the when we consume, when we eat whatever food that you are eating. When you consume, when you start eating that specific food, there is a very large number of interactions happening inside the physical body on the level of the soul as well as on the level of the spirit. So bring your awareness to that information. Also take into consideration and pay attention that there might be many processes happening which you are not aware of. So some kind of mutual interactions, interaction that is going on with the soul of a human as well as the spirit. But this interaction of the food products with mutual interaction with the soul and the spirit is very much connected and directed towards eternal development, but it's also towards your knowing of the world itself, how the world is structured, how our physical reality is structured, and how it all operates together. So when we start to pay attention to the many connections that are being many connections that start with that with the consumption of the food products. And we are talking here also the connection with your inner thinking on the level of deep structures of your soul, where the physical body, where your physical body is being built, and it's being. There are many processes that are happening that influence directly the way physical body, your inner organs, are being built. And how are they being? What is happening with the physical organs and the soul when you eat certain food? Again, we are thinking and bringing our awareness to the eternal development. So we are directing that information about the food, about the physical body, I just want you to see the connection that is much deeper when we eat food and involves so many structures. It involves the soul, the spirit, all the organs. It involves the entire world. So it is very important that you bring your awareness to it. And then when you start to, the moment you bring your awareness to the many processes that are taking part inside you when you eat food, then that light of your consciousness starts to automatically correct anything that needs to be corrected, anything that needs to change, anything that has to be corrected. And this is the food products play a very important role in your internal development. So what we are going to do is we are going to I'm going to show you a very specific technology which is given by Dr. Grabovoi, and it helps you understand how you can change the information that is being placed in the product. Because pay attention, if you think, for example, you can see here in front of you, you have many, you have some mushrooms, you have tomatoes, you have grapes, apples. So how did they get there? So when you go to a supermarket, you just look on the stand and you pick up, for example, tomatoes. But what is being involved in bringing those tomatoes there on the shelf in your local supermarket or your local grocery store? You have the process of growing, picking up, packaging, shipping, taking it to the store, and then the person who places that product on the shelf. So if you just bring your awareness to how many people are involved in getting that what you are eating, in getting that your favorite fruit or vegetables or whatever right there in your grocery store. So what are we going to do now is this is something that I do when I go to a supermarket, and I say to all my clients, we are playing a remembering game, because the game is to remember them to do this. So when you go to the till to pay for your product, what happens? There is a barcode. Every product has a barcode, and what is happening? Those lines show they carry information. The moment the laser goes through and scans that information on the sticker, that information goes into the product. But if you are present right there at the till when you are buying your products, and when you hear that beep, you say norm. What you are doing, you are automatically placing all the information in that product from the moment it was planted to the moment it arrived on the shelf into the norm of the creator, which means that will help your personal, your eternal development, your personal eternal development, because it helps your physical body. But what we do is when we say norm for the product that we buy, for apples that we are buying, or tomatoes or mushrooms, we also ask norm for all the products. For example, all the apples on planet Earth in the norm of the creator, all the information. What does the norm mean? The norm means perfection as intended by creator. All ingredients in that product, in the norm, they are all good for you, for your physical body, for your soul, for your spirit, for your eternal development. But because you go on the macro level and you ask that is for all apples in the world and for you, for those that you are buying, you're automatically helping. You're going on a macro level, so you are helping the creator. You are doing creator's job. So it is very rewarding that when you go to your supermarket next time, you remember to say the norm, and then you start transforming and correcting the information in all the products there for all the people who are coming to that supermarket, and also for everyone who is shopping everywhere around the world, so that all the products bought are beneficial for everyone. Because many of those products also, from the moment they are picked up until the moment they come to the shelf in your local store, they lose a lot of goodness, a lot of beneficial information. Okay, so that is one way. And another way is specifically mentioned here in the book by Dr. Grabovoi, and it is you imagine a geometrical shape of a hemisphere. So it is like a sphere cut in half, and then in the middle, where the other half of the sphere, that hemisphere is somewhere 15-20 centimeters from the skin where your heart is. So that concave part, like a concave part of that hemisphere is somewhere 15-20 centimeters from your heart. And what you do, you mentally place, because you can do this even if you are outside. Let's say you are sitting in your favorite restaurant eating the food, and then you mentally place all the food just before you eat in that hemisphere, in the concave part. And what you do is you become aware that right there your soul starts to, you give an impulse from your heart and you observe, but you can also ask your soul, you can ask that your soul takes the information that is good for you and that information that is not good to transform. So this is, the soul will allow the information from the food, the ingredients that are good for your eternal development. And those ingredients that are not good, the soul will correct. So it corrects that information. So you are just present, you're consciously present with that geometrical shape of a hemisphere, 15-20 centimeters from the skin where your heart is, and you are mentally placing that what you are about to eat. Okay? So the soul exclusively directs all the information in that product towards eternal development and for the benefit of the physical body of a man. Okay, so just be consciously present with that information, and you can practice this later on and try, and then let me know. You can post in our Facebook group. Okay, so another information here that is very interesting, and I didn't really expect to find this information in the book about food products, but here we are. This is absolutely fascinating, and that is when we work on helping someone resurrect. So when we work on resurrection, what is happening is there is we should take into consideration the milk, water, and some products that contain some kind of a reddish color. And specifically here, it's mentioned the combination of these three elements: milk, water, and for example, we have been given here plum and sour cherry. So what is happening here? The combination of these products somehow speeds up the resurrection, the building of the physical matter, building of the new human body. The information towards the soul of the person that is being resurrected moves faster. So the physical matter, the physical body will be regenerated much faster with our conscious awareness of the connection between these products and the building of a physical matter, of a human body. So on the level of information, for example, if person used to like to eat specific food and they like the taste of that food, then when you eat that food, now this is my own input, then the person remembers, and then the soul, through remembering of that taste, there is an information transfer happening, and it helps the process of resurrection on the level of visualizing the resurrected person in an everyday reality, seeing that person, maybe even consuming that what they liked. So, observe when you are consciously aware with what is going on and you are present with the information that you are receiving now. Observe what thoughts you get, what thoughts come up. Because what is happening is somehow through food products, we are also receiving some kind of training. There is a level of training for eternal development. So you are receiving a very specific training. And also the immediate state of your physical health. How do you direct your future events on the plan of eternal development, and also your spiritual development? When the man is observing and learns to understand and correct all the processes in the physical body, then the spiritual management, just managing and directing your processes in your physical body through your consciousness. So many processes that are happening inside the physical body right now, they are not being consciously, we are not consciously aware of the whole process. And every element of physical development of the physical body of a human can be transformed into that spiritual development through concentration on products that we are consuming. So what I'm going to do, because we only have about 4 minutes left, I'm going to give you a couple of numbers, something that, or you can ask me, maybe we'll see, but I'm just thinking of something that we eat most of the time. So for example, potato. So potato, the number for potato is 494 891519. So potatoes 494891519. So what do? Is you just mentally, when you are about to eat potatoes, or if you're shopping, but I don't think you will have the number in front of you in the store, but when you bring, or if you have potatoes at home, you just mentally repeat this number while looking at the potato. And that should be enough for change of information. But when you go shopping next time, so I'm giving you the example of potato, I'm going to give you example of spinach. So the number for spinach, 489-718-3194. 489-718-3194. Okay, so you can ask me for other numbers if there is any specific favorite food of yours. I have some numbers here, so you know what I have, I will be happy to share with you. Okay, so I have a YouTube channel, so I think this will go on my YouTube channel, and we also have our Facebook groups. We will be doing other free webinars to help you, but if you want help with any specific situation, you can also post, and then if there is enough people asking, we will I will do another free webinar. If you are in Belgrade, I will be running a workshop on 18th of March, and if you would like to connect and find out about any of our online programs, most of the programs that I have done have not been translated in English, but I will be always giving you some new information. And you can email creativeandharmonious@gmail.com for information about future online programs. And we also have a retreat in Italy from 14th to 21st of May, and we are nearly fully booked, but you might be lucky if you would like to join us. That will be wonderful. So I will connect with you again. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye bye.